Hello everyone, my name is Lucianne Burner and I'm a senior physical education student here at Arkansas State University. I would like to recognize my faculty mentor, Dr. Blair Dean, and the other members of my thesis committee, Dr. Brian Church and Mrs. May Northcutt. I'm very blessed to have had a committee that was incredibly dedicated to help me throughout every step of this process. I'm excited to show you all my honors senior thesis, The Effects of Acute Exercise on an ACT Prep Test, Brunel Mood Scale. This was an independent study approved by the ASU IRB board. The purpose of this study was to determine if acute exercise affects ACT prep test scores and student scores on the Brunel Mood Scale. Due to resources, I chose to use an ACT prep test made by ACT Incorporate instead of the true ACT test. The mode of acute exercise was moderate intensity treadmill walking or jogging. Moderate intensity was defined as 40 to 60% of students' heart rate reserve. This was measured using polar heart rate monitors as well as the Borg rating of perceived exertion. Students performed a 5-minute warm-up, 20 minutes at moderate intensity, and a 5-minute cool-down. My literature review found a lot of information that points to the importance of this study. The ACT is a very high-stakes test that over half the graduating class in 2018 took. A survey done on over 400 American colleges and universities found 96% of them require the ACT or SAT. Over half of these institutions viewed student scores as considerably important. This places a lot of pressure on students because oftentimes a student's ACT score determines their college opportunities academically and financially. Also, these students do not have access to very effective ACT prep. The average gains after ACT prep are less than 1 point. To raise their ACT score, students and their families have turned to several negative extreme measures. They're willing to spend excessive amounts of money on ACT prep. High school students are illegally using prescription stimulants such as Adderall and Ritalin, and students, parents, and faculty have all been involved in various cheating schemes. You can see that students are in desperate need of a better way to prepare for the ACT. My study is significant because it provides an alternative to these negative extreme measures. The population for this study was 8 14 to 17-year-old high school students. Students participated in 2 administration periods, Administration Period 1 and Administration Period 2. For Administration Period 1, students were divided into 2 groups. Group A performed exercise while Group B remained sedentary. Immediately after Group A finished their exercise, they completed the Borg rating of perceived exertion. Then both groups took the Brunel Mood Scale and the ACT prep test. For Administration Period 2, you can see almost everything was the same except Group B performed exercise while Group A was sedentary. Results showed no significant difference for both ACT prep test scores and Brunel Mood Scale scores between the administration period students performed exercise versus the administration period they remained sedentary. Here are the results for the ACT prep test. The gray columns are when students were sedentary and the white columns are when students performed acute exercise. There are some small correlations and I would be really interested in seeing if these correlations are still present with a larger sample size. Here are the results for the Brunel Mood Scale. There are also some small correlations, however the most limiting factor to my study was a small sample size. My study points to no relationship between acute exercise and students' academic performance as well as mood. However, I do not believe my study is an accurate reflection of the relationship between acute exercise and academic performance because my study is inconsistent with the studies I found during my literature review. A recent meta-analysis points to increased executive function, decreased stress, and enhanced mood state as the most consistent effects of acute exercise. Acute exercise is also known to release the neurotransmitters serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters increase executive functions such as memory, mood, ability to make decisions, and ability to focus. All of these things would help students during rigorous academic feats such as the ACT. Literature points to a potential relationship between acute exercise and academic performance. Here's the references section of my poster. I would like to close by saying acute exercise has the potential to be the answer for those in need of more effective ACT prep. However, we need more studies like mine to learn how to make this potential consistently manifest itself. My study grows the knowledge of the relationship between acute exercise and academic performance. Learning more about how acute exercise affects academic performance will transform test preparation and help others see the importance of physical activity in an increasingly sedentary world. I'm so excited to see where this field of research goes in the next several years. I would like to thank the HIPAS Department and Honors College for their support during this experience, and I'd like to thank the Arkansas Department of Higher Education for their funding, which has enriched this experience. Thank you all for your time.